Hello, how are y'all doing? I'm live, I think, hopefully. Um, oh, it's me. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward at the start, but let me know if you guys can hear me because I'm not sure. My mute button is blinking, and I don't know if that means I'm muted or that means I'm not muted. So I don't know. Hi, Emily. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Welcome to my Troy Reads live stream. Welcome to the new. I feel like we might have not streamed here yet because I feel like because last time I feel like I was on the old bookshelf and then I reorganized everything and now I'm here. Okay, you can hear me. Good. I was really, really hoping that you guys could hear me. Okay, so hi, ordinary person. I was talking to you earlier. Hello. Hi, Juliet. Hi, Emily. Again. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Phoebe. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. Hi, Roland. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Madam Lemonade. It's been a while, I feel like. Hi, Roland. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. What are my favorite songs right now? Okay. I can talk to you about my favorite songs all the day. I just said all the day. I mean, like, all the time. So, you know what? Let me just go through, like, my playlist. I have, like, a few albums that I've just been listening to. The first one is the Geordie album by Maroon 5. That's been really cool. Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. That's really good. Also Louis Capaldi. Oh, and Demi Lovato's new album. Hi, Joey. Hi, Alice. Oh, there's a lot of people. Hi, Abby. Hi, Jet. Hi, Josh. Hi, Yang Chen, if that's how you say it. Is there any other songs that I want to highlight? Some of Billie Eilish's stuff is pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm listening to. We stand Olivia, yeah. Okay, so hi, my crazy cats. Hi, Nora. What's my favorite audiobook? Okay, so I have a few recommendations, honestly, because audiobooks are something that I listen to a lot. And honestly, the first few audiobooks that I listened to are magical, and I would definitely recommend them. So, They Both Die at the End was a really good one by Adam Silvera. Such a great poetic, like, kind of narrative. And also, The Starless Sea by, I think it's by V.E. Schwab. I'm not sure, but The Starless Sea is a really good one. And what's another good recommendation? Oh, The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Those are some good audiobooks. Okay, what are people saying? You guys can chat and I'll get around. I'll read everything. Stopped editing something for this. Ooh, thank you. I've been in a huge reading slump lately. Kind of me too, although I just need to, what my plan is, because I have been reading a bit less, although since the material that I'm reading is kind of easy to read, I've been reading the same amount, but like I feel like I've been reading less time-wise. I'm going to probably implement after this kind of busy week, and I'll explain what's been going on, but after this busy week, I'm a little bit more free, and I'm going to devote one day, like during the day hours, because I usually read for like during the nighttime, just to kind of read during the nighttime before I go to bed, because that's a good way to like fall asleep. But I feel like during the day, I don't read unless it's an audiobook, because I usually like listen to an audiobook during lunch. So what I need to do is I need to structure a whole entire hour each day to read. I feel like that would be super, super cool. And I feel like that might help you. Maybe set up, like, you can even build your stamina. Like maybe start with, and this is what I might do, start with 10 minutes, then go to 20 minutes each day and try to like build back. Okay, I'm gonna look at more of your chats. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm literally watching this while I'm having a lemonade stand. That's goals. Okay, so we just got back from the Boardwalk amusement park. I honestly got a little sick on one. Yeah, that's why I don't really go. I haven't been to an amusement park, so you have to take me. I want to start listening to audiobooks. What would you recommend to start? So yeah, I think I said this. They Both Die at the End, The Starless Sea, and write these down. They Both Die at the End, The Starless Sea, and The Sun is Also a Star are three really good ones that I liked. I'll listen to our musical soundtracks. Yeah, I used to be in that phase, but now I'm into more of like developed things. Although musicals actually probably take them longer, I feel like. I literally have to sleep now. I'm sorry. Starless Sea is by Aaron Morgenstern. That's who it is. Starless Sea is beautiful. Will you come to my lemonade stand? Legit having. Oh yeah, okay. I will come. I will come. If you were close to me, I would have come. My favorite song right now is Girls by Girl. Girls by Girl I Love. Sorry, my eyes. I got a new prescription, but I still can't see. My favorite song right now is Girls by Girl Love. I don't know what. Sorry, I cannot read that, but I do know. I think it's. Is it Girls in Red? I don't know what the artist is, but I like their music. Okay, so Good for you. Look happy. Gee, I'm so confused. Am I not reading these right? I'm sorry if I'm not. Trish Project is freaking amazing. He's so talented. Yes, I have to dive into what that is, but like it's crazy. I love lemonade. It's literally the best drink. Stop, stop. You guys don't even know, but that's an inside joke. A hate against me. Although I do like lemonade. I used to put lemonade in my smoothies. Girl in red. So what? I was right. It's girl in red. Okay, I was super confused. Would you ever read The Wheel of Time? Yes, I would absolutely have. Okay, it's really good. Yes, like I really just need someone to, like, send it to me because I'm not doing well. My choir did Oliver, and that was very fun. Oh, that's cool. Have you ever seen High School Musical, the musical, the series? I would just because Olivia Rodrigo's in it, but like I feel really like sad because I don't have like any of those like streaming platforms. Like for example, like Hulu or like where I don't even know where you guys watch these things. Like I don't know, and uh we don't have any like cable at our house. We just kind of have like Netflix and we watch YouTube because stuff like that is expensive. Although probably not that much. Okay, well I don't know. I'm not one to know costs of living. Okay, so what is your prescription? Isn't it like 6 or something? Don't expose me. But um, one eye is negative 6.5 or negative 6.5 and negative 7, I think, actually. But it's like I don't actually mind like having like contacts because like you literally feel so normal. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you take off your contacts, so it's a little bit depressing because it's like I cannot see anything. But when you put them in, you totally forget that you have them in, and you can just like live life pretty much normally. Are the Rick Riordan books good because I might buy them for my birthday? I personally, okay, so it depends on how old you are, because if you are just getting into his books and you are kind of old, you might think they're childish, like I did. What I will say is Percy Jackson is pretty childish. If you are kind of like my age, like 15-ish, 14-ish, they're childish. But honestly, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, I feel like was a little bit more grown up. It had just a different kind of mythology that I am more interested, the Norse mythology, and the characters are so great. The characters are so funny in this. The humor is so great. Everything about this book is great, and I just really love this trilogy. So I would recommend out of all of Rick Riordan's books, Magnus Chase. And I feel like people would agree with me because it's just a bit more creative, I feel like, in plot-wise. I'm drinking lemonade right now. Thank you for the update. I hate lemonade, actually. Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan. I like a lot of sodas, but I don't really drink that a lot. I like smoothies. I like sparkling waters. I had some today. Do you have any mystery thriller book recommendations? I don't know really what thriller is, but I do think, do I have this? Oh gosh, this is gonna be, I'm sorry, this is gonna be hard. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? I'm not gonna be able to reach that, am I? Okay, but it's called Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and it is this awesome like dual plotline mystery where there's a mystery in the past at this like famous academy of this billionaire like developer of this academy's like wife and child got like kidnapped and murdered, and then there's also this mystery in the present where this one girl is going back to the academy for like school because the school is like all safe now and they're going back again, and there's another murder at this school, so there's like this dual plotline mystery going on, and I would say it's a bit of a thriller because there's a lot of action. I got a new video for you. You can maybe try to animate a scene in your favorite book. I'm out because I can't do art. I'm sorry. I could draw like a single like cell, like a single scene, but animation beyond that is a bit tricky. I went to the bookstore yesterday because they finally reopened. I spent that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And that's why I can't go into bookstores for some reason. Like when you're on an online bookstore, it's actually better because I feel like you have less options when you go into an actual physical bookstore. And I know some people are like, online shopping is so weird because you really just click a button and that's how you pay, and so it doesn't actually feel like you're making like a, what would you call this, like you're making a transaction. Like it's kind of like you're making a transaction when you're like giving people money, and like that's like it's really realistic. But when you're online shopping, it's a bit different. But I feel like the only exception is book shopping. you know, because like I feel like when you're online, you can really kind of keep track of how much you're getting. But like when you are in a physical bookstore, not only are the books really much more expensive than if you get them online, I feel like there's just so many options and you can't choose like which ones you want to get because all of them appeal to you. So it's like really hard. But that's just my little spiel. Why are people saying -7, -3? What does that mean? What does that mean? -7? Oh, your prescription, -3. Yeah, okay, well, stop hating on me. That's why I'm always bad at things because I have bad vision. Anyone have book recommendations right now? Actually, I posted a lot of book recommendation videos recently, so definitely check those out. Oh, hi, Jem. A different than a lot of Rick's other books. I know, Magnus Chase is so good, and like the characters are so much diverse too. That's another thing that I love about it. And like those settings, it's so much more magical, I feel. Like Rick Riordan really just hit different in the Magnus Chase books. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but I'm fidgety, so I've been reading too much sci-fi. My mom thinks it's bad for me, but I'm too addicted to sci-fi books. Okay, here's my thing about sci-fi. Sometimes if they're too unrealistic, then they are not really for me. But I will say that like if there's a sci-fi set in a dystopian kind of setting, that's what I like because I like how they're kind of using like futuristic vibes, how they're using like science to kind of like fix the earth or whatever and all the bad things that are happening. But like sci-fi just like kind of going through space, like Star Wars. Like I like the movie Star Wars, but like if I had to read about Star Wars, I would be so confused because they're just like battling on different planets, and it's a lot to me. Oh, the house and the Cerulean Sea. I don't know. I made the cookies yesterday. Oh, I made blue cookies. Okay. Have you read the Kane Chronicles? Are they good? Are they better than Magnus Chase? Because if they're not, then I'm not going to read them. Did you skip 2 grades because your video you said you were taking college classes? Oh, I can get into this. So basically, my school that I'm in is not technically a high school. It's an early college. And the early college lasts 5 years. So there's the freshman, oh gosh, I don't know these. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and then there's a super senior year. And in those 5 years, you get all your 4 years of college done or high school done and 2 years of college. I'm so sorry. Let me just restart that. So in all the 5 years of the early college, you get all your high school education, the 4 years of high school education done, and you get 2 more years of college that are paid for by the school. And so it's really interesting. It's like a more faster paced, and it's like you're not really taking any unnecessary classes in this school because you just don't have time for that. Like, for example, I don't even get to pick my classes because it is just like more rigorous, and they can't have me like picking like visual arts because like I don't think those credits are actually required. But yeah, I'm not skipping any grades, but I will, in the span of 5 years, I'll be having 6 years of education. So it'll be a bit more challenging, but yeah. PGO is very childish. Hey, let's go. But I'm surprised though, Patrick, since you think PGO is PJO. I said PGO. PJO is very childish, but I'm surprised that you don't think KOTLC is childish because I feel like if you were also older and started Keeper of Lost Cities, I feel like you would also think that would be childish. I feel like it's all the same really with middle grade books, but that's actually great that Keeper of Lost Cities appeals to you, but Percy Jackson doesn't. That means there's something special in Shannon Messenger's writing. KOTLC, Olivia Rodrigo. KOTLC has impacted me more, so sorry, but yeah, no. Okay, my friend Kiera says, hi, Kiera. Why am I not speaking well today? Hi, Kiera. Okay, I was like, hi, Kiera. Okay, I'm gonna try to read more of your comments. Sorry, I'm going so slow through this, but I want to like hit every single comment. You know what I mean? I started reading Magnus Chase, but I stopped because it was boring to me. Okay, stop it. I have lots of ideas for my book. Okay, yeah, someone picked this really cool idea to me the other day, and I was like, I would read this. Troy, should I draw you? That'd be cool if you did fan art. I always love when people do that. It makes me like feel really special. Bye, Katie. Okay, so bye, Katie. Spelling is failing me right now. Speaking is failing me right now. Heart in the chat for Troy's new single. Oh, we want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about that? Okay, we can talk about that right now. So basically, if you don't know, actually, maybe some of you, probably some of you don't know, I'm actually, how do I even say this? So basically, I've always been like into music my whole life. Starting really in elementary school, I actually joined my chorus that was like for the fourth and fifth grade years. And I just really enjoyed like singing. And I was actually much better than I was back then than I am today because I could hit the high notes. And then I kind of got out of it though in like middle school, but I did do theater and I did a musical. So I kind of continued like my music into middle school. But then during eighth grade, I did not do that year's musical. And so I kind of just fell out of music in general. And then ninth grade, again, I didn't even listen to music. I wasn't really interested in music. But then when quarantine struck, I had so much more time. And so I was like, you know what? I want to start listening to more music. So I kind of just eased into it because I was like, I want to be able to do homework while I listen to music. This is a really long story, by the way. And so I started listening to music and I was like, oh, I can do my homework while I'm listening to it. And it kind of makes it more entertaining. It's just like, so I don't have to kind of be bored while I'm doing my homework. And then after that, I was listening to more music and more music and more music. And I was just kind of like interested in like how the lyrics were made and how the vocals were done. I just got really more interested in the process. And that's the time when I also started making these like kind of parody like music videos on my other channel. If you don't know, I'm part of the KOTOC fan base, which we have like about 7,000 subscribers on there, which is really cool. And we talk about this one book series. And I was making these like parody music videos. The first one I did was Tanessa Barrett's like Pain. And then I did some from Conan Gray, and I recently made one about Olivia Rodrigo, and I was really enjoying like making music and like actually singing, and I was really interested in also like the vocal production and vocal engineering kind of like side to it, like making it sound all pretty, because from the start I was like, oh, maybe I could experiment with this, make this kind of like a telephone vocal, and like do different kind of vocal layering. Like I'm really interested in all that stuff, and I just got more interested over time. I was producing more, I got more into it, and every single time it got more and more better, and I kept improving. And there was a time where it just kind of hit me and I was like, I want to be able to put my music out more. I want to be able to put it on Spotify. I want to put it on Apple Music. Like I want to make my own lyrics. Like parodies are fine. And like, I just want to write about myself. I don't want to write about these like fictional characters. And so that's what I did. I just started writing music, and my first writing session was terrible. Like I'll tell you that. And I was so serious too. I was like so serious about the song that I want to write. And I was like jamming it out. I was like, I felt so proud of it. And then I sent it. And then I was so embarrassed because it was just not great. And so like the first song I wrote was really, really bad. And I mean, Joey probably is maybe in the chat and he can definitely claim to that. It was like, it's summertime, I got so much on my mind. And I realized quickly that I could not really write very upbeat songs because like I have nothing really to say that's so upbeat. I feel like what's truer to me is like those easier songs to write are like about kind of like those sad things. And so I wrote about 20 songs over the last month. And basically what I did was I just kind of wrote to a beat and I was I wrote it, recorded it in a quick like demo, and if it was kind of bad, I just kind of scratched off the bat. But I kept recording, I kept writing songs, and eventually I had like 10 songs that I really enjoyed, and I was getting feedback for a lot of them already. I was sending them out to some of my friends so that I could get feedback on them. And eventually that led up to me having like those 10 good songs, and I was like, I have to pick one because I need to get this done this summer. I can't like write 50 songs and then have my first one. Like one out of these 20 ones is one that I can pursue. And so basically I eventually landed on one. I did this whole selection process. It was kind of, I feel bad for the people that I had to like go through all that, but like basically what I did was I like had this whole forum, and I made like the people that I was getting feedback from put like scores and rankings, and from that I picked my first one, or my best song. And what I did was I kind of rewrote everything. But that's kind of where I was 2 weeks ago, and that's kind of pretty much the whole story. Like now I kind of have my single. I'm working on that right now, and I'm actually I'll tell you some stuff about it. So the song is called Don't Forget Me, and it's basically about kind of like my struggle and like newfound anxiety with people kind of leaving me. So it's like over the course of quarantine, I've obviously had more time to think about kind of who I am. It's always great to kind of self-reflect and learn more about who you are. And this kind of just brought out more like, I guess, like sadder parts about me. Like, I guess I felt like I've always been a happy person, like up until really quarantine, because like I just kind of have more time to think about like the people around me just like, you know, kind of slowly fading away. And so I wanted to write about that feeling, that kind of anxiety of like, will people be there for me forever, or will like people just kind of leave me? And so it's called Don't Forget Me. And the song is basically just about those people that have left. Like the first lyric in the song is, I didn't realize I needed you until you were gone. And so it kind of just like reflects on that nostalgia of like people like way in the past, or kind of like that scared thought that people in my present will also leave me. And I feel like the bridge is also the coolest part of the song, because it really reflects on the lesson overall that I've learned over this whole year. And I know this is really long. I'm so sorry for like keeping you here, but like, yeah, it's definitely just a more emotional, personal song. And maybe I'll give you a little sneak peek at the cover art. You can't really see much because my really bad camera, but this is kind of what it's looking like. The song is fully recorded, or I actually might have to do a little bit after this. I want to re-record a few parts, and I'm mixing it and I'm submitting it like this weekend, and hopefully you guys will be able to listen to it like, I'm hoping July 17th. That's my ideal release date, because it's right before I leave for vacation, and it's also not too quick. Like I have time to do all my promotion stuff, and there's going to be a music video. We shot that. It was so freaking cool, and we got so many great shots, so many great visuals and graphics, and I'm really excited to share this music with you. But yeah, that's been my dream kind of for the last like 6 months. I made it on my goal, my personal goal this year, to get a song out on all major distribution services, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. I'm working really hard. It's obviously not going to be the best song. Like I know that I'm going to keep improving, and I'm going to keep writing music, and hopefully it'll just get better over time. But that's my spiel. I'll definitely keep you guys updated whenever I have everything ready for like to pre-save and all my promos and teasers. I'm probably going to be making a new channel called Troy Warren, because that's going to be my artist name, because that's my last name. Which is weird. I never referred to myself with my last name before, like live or like in a video or anything. But yeah, I'm going to have that channel probably and release my music. I'm still thinking about that, but I think that'll be the best way, so I don't infringe on anything over here or on my other channel. But yeah, that is my whole spiel. Now I'll see what you guys are saying, because I talked for like freaking ever. I talked forever about that, but that was my whole story. So freaking proud of myself to be at where I am. And let's see. Oh, I like the hearts. Don't Forget Me sounds amazing. Yes. At first, I initially thought that Don't Forget Me could be kind of like interpreted as like not the greatest, like, you know what I mean? Like it could be interpreted as like a self-obsessive song. But then I'm like, that kind of sounds sad if you think about like Don't Forget Me. Let's see. Sure, this sounds amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, that's my camera. Oh, yeah, it is. Can't wait to hear it. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Emily. Remember us when you're, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will not forget you. Don't forget me either. Your bookshelf is literally goals. Super. Thank you so much. I have Blissful Bookworm. Yes, I will remember you guys. Definitely, Abby. I got you. I got you. Okay. Would you ever consider reading the King Chronicles? It's okay. You need to let me know how to, you need to let me know how that goes. Like I would read Kane Chronicles if you guys liked it. Also, it was a great experience. Yes. Although, Joey, I would say you started getting really distant at the end of that. Who's a good digital artist? I need one. Oh, that's cool. Okay, it's 2 a.m. here, but sleep can wait. Do You Belong With Me parody with Sophie and Keith. Do a You Belong With Me. And that's what I'm thinking as well. It's like I just really don't enjoy making parodies that much. I think I'll just make original music to KOTLC as well. Hi, Candace. Boop, 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 boop. To a Taylor Swift parody. Okay. It's not, I got a good book series recommendation for you. It's called 5 Kingdoms. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I have that on my shelf. Wait. Can I find it? Oh, yes, I do. Ha! I have it. 5 Kingdoms. Woo! I don't remember like anything about it though. I read it like when I was 8. This was one of the first middle grade series I read, and I wanted to buy it. So I did, because I don't have a lot of money, so let's not say that. What's your prettiest cover under the dust jacket? I can't think about that. I'm sorry. Please, and remember me, the one who made a series of books so good. Oh, did you make a series of books? Because I would read it. Sometimes I think I can draw pretty well. The King Chronicles are super underrated. Okay, I might try it. I don't know. Rick Riordan just gives me mixed vibes, because like some of his books are good, some of them are bad. It's raining really hard outside where I am. Well, you probably are near me because it's also raining really hard outside. When your music career eventually takes off, as we all know, will what's going to change about this channel, characters, fan base? Oh, okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. If you have any questions about my music, please, because I can talk about that forever. But this channel, I've started releasing videos about once every week now, and I feel like I released like 3 videos. Oh no, I meant to release that. This is funny. I meant to release the mid-year book freakout tag on Wednesday, but then I got so busy with making my single that I actually pushed it to Friday because I had a lot of like recording and mixing and all that stuff to do, and I'm still working on it. I hope to get that done tonight though. But yeah, I'm probably gonna just upload once a week on here because I really want to devote time to writing music because I really enjoy that. Yeah, and then Kyoto's fan base, I don't think that's moving anywhere because that's been very successful for us. Oh, you will one day and you will love them. Okay, yeah, go after your dreams. Go after your dreams. I'll make you proud for that. Thank you so much. Got you, got you. What's something else fun that I could talk about? Oh, I'm on my neighborhood swim team, and that's been pretty interesting. This is my swim cap. I don't want to get there's like the name of the swim team, so I don't want to give that out, but it's my swim cap, and here are my goggles. I don't think I ever talked about that, but yeah, I do like swim team in the summer, and that's been really interesting because like during the start of the season, it was really hard to swim. I was getting like headaches and nauseous every time I swam, but over time it got better, and yeah, go swimming. Let's go. It's a good exercise, but it's very, very hard, I feel like. And I feel like I got much slower. Like pre-COVID days, I was a good swimmer. I feel like I was actually getting up there and I was like competing with all the people in my age group. But nowadays, it feels like I'm just kind of slipping. But that's okay because I didn't really have any sort of exercise in quarantine. And the whole stretch of quarantine feels like it was like 2 days. I feel like I could fit all the memories of quarantine into 2 days. What's my favorite stroke? I honestly like backstroke because all the other strokes you have to go underwater and you have to hold your breath. I like backstroke because you can just chill, you can breathe, and it's like there's just like this relaxing quality about backstroke. Like when you're sprinting, backstroke hurts, and it's probably the thing that hurts the most, honestly. But like when you're just like practicing backstroke, like during practice, you're just like chilling, floating on the water, and so I love that. Could you think you can take the challenge of making your own book series? No, I don't think so. Because I want to get more into music, like I said, and I don't think I'd have time to do that. But I mean, I might want to in the future write a book, maybe make an audio. I would never make an autobiography about myself. That would be so bash. That'd be so bash. That'd be so bad. But yeah, like I said, I would not write a book. I'd write music. That would be cool. That's not necessarily sing music. I kind of like writing music too. Just doing that. I'm so sorry. What artists do you listen to? I listen to a lot. Okay, let me list my favorites. So we've got my favorite, Olivia Rodrigo, Conan Gray, Taylor Swift. Black Bear's good. Demi Lovato. What's his name? Billie Eilish, Tate McRae. I love Tate McRae. And I like Maroon 5, 21 Pilots, and Trevor Daniel. Those are like my favorites. I'm writing a book and it's about this boy who dies in a school shooting, his life as a ghost and a real secret. That sounds interesting. That's something that like when I read something like a book idea and like it captures my eyes, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And that caught my eye, Josh. So definitely continue with that. Oh, also Candace, that's so cool. I love my swim people. Fast backstroke equals suffering. I know. And I feel like whenever I go fast on backstroke, the water gets in my nostrils and I'm like, oh. I'm writing a young adult fantasy at the moment. Okay, sorry, I'm like struggling. Whenever I attempt backstroke, I always end up hitting my head on the wall. Okay, so this is actually a trick. I don't know if like your pool has this or what's going on, but our pool has, and I think it's mandated by like our swimming association, every pool has flags at a certain point on the pool, and it might differ like a little bit by each pool for like reasons relating to space and all that stuff, but there's a set of flags on both sides, and there's like a certain amount of strokes you can do on, like, it's like pretty close, like maybe like 5 yards, and you just kind of count how many strokes it takes you, so that every single time you don't only have to guess, you get to the flag, and then for example, I take 4 strokes. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I kind of just go back, and then I hit the wall. But that's kind of like the trick that like we were always taught, to use the flags as kind of a guide. Oh, bye, Joey. Or who's going? I don't know. Wait. When everyone says bye, I get really confused. But okay. Can you collab with Olivia Jagoni Camus? Yes, of course. That would be my first priority. And Conan Gray too. We should make like a triplet. Well, if you are revealing what your book is about so well, I only have a tiny spoiler. Okay. Young adult fantasy buddies, let's go. By Juliet, it's usually 3 to 4 strokes for me. Yeah, I do 4. Okay, so I think I do 4, and then I do my flip turn on the other wall, and then when I get back, I think I do 5. I don't think I'm gonna be here when your single comes out. That's okay. That's okay. It'll be available to stream, like I said, and it's gonna be pretty hype though. I think I'm gonna have like a little like live show party beforehand. I'll have to go like live on this channel and that channel beforehand, like maybe 24 hours before, to be like, go subscribe, because I want to make sure that there are people there. And then I might like go live on the day on that channel, and then I'll send you all to the premiere, and then we'll have the music video launch. It's gonna be great. Games of Thrones. Do you like Games of Thrones? Okay, so I was trying to read that this year, but I got overwhelmed, and so I didn't. Is it good though? Because I feel like it really needs to be like superior for me to be reading 800-page books. That's my opinion on that, because I don't want to really dive into something that's not that great if it's so long. I'm writing a book series for fun too, and it's basically about 5 siblings in a magic school named Cotswind, and the series is 40 books long. And how long are each book? How long are each book? Okay, what I will say is I love the trope magical king or magical school. That will never get old to me, and I will always enjoy it. It's not even like it's not even a cliche trope. It's just like, it's not even overused. It's just a trope, and I love the trope because, like, you know, magic, and then combine it with like a school, and then combine it with some sort of like competition, like you know, like kind of like the Hunger Games vibes. They're about 200 to 500 pages long. How are you? Okay, how are you writing like 400-page books, 400-page book? Like how far have you gotten through that series? Because I mean, I might be interested in reading that. Was there ever a book that you just couldn't read? You know what? I'm not sure. Oh, I will say, okay, the Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab was not great. I like read 60 pages and I could not find one interesting thing that was like interesting to me. A Darker Shade of Magic just wasn't it. I know that's gonna offend someone, but yeah. I'd say Throne of Glass. My first book is 200 pages long. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I had this idea. Oh, should I not share my book idea? Because I don't want it to get pat. Okay, well, I'll explain like the basic plot of one book that I was writing that was pretty cool. But basically, think of this. Think that there are 4 characters in this book, and there's like water, fire, earth, and air. And these 4 elements are matched to these 4 characters. Each character goes through this like separate portal to this other world, and it's called like the Treasure Island, and that is probably subject to change because I don't like it. And in this world, there is this like dystopian setting. It's kind of like a lush, like very beautiful place, but with this dystopian kind of set of rulers. And essentially, there's this kind of like hidden rebellion below the population. Maybe not below, just like in the midst of the population. And essentially, these 4 characters are competing for spots, being like the leaders of this rebellion. And they have to kind of compete against all these other selected people from all these different worlds. And they have to kind of be the leaders, and they have to like defeat the evil like king that's like locking up the spirits in these like chests and then drowning them. And like, it's crazy. I had this really crazy idea, and it sounds pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. It sounds so good. Thank you. That's like my basic idea. And yeah, that's my basic idea. And then I had this other idea. It's also an island, because there is no book that I would ever write without this kind of magical island. So there's this other magical island. I think it's called the Island of Song, which that's also subject to change. I don't like it. But there's also kind of the elemental thing, but it's different. It's more of like elements of art. So we've got dance, music, like painting, like art, like physical art, and like writing and storytelling, like those kind of different forms of art. And those are also getting selected. There's like 5 little elements of art or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. And they're each called like the wonders. And there's like these 5 wonders that are selected each like generation to protect the island and the islands outside of it. Like they're trying to protect their island from all the islands that are around it. And so basically we're set with this character. I don't remember her name. I think her name is Catherine. And she was kind of walking one day during like the day before the selection, and she all of a sudden like started like going crazy as she was on this boardwalk that was like selected for the wonders, because she was kind of like intrigued in the wonders her whole life. She was like, what if I get selected as a wonder? And so she's going down this boardwalk that was just for it, and it says no wonders on, or no one that is not the wonder, like, okay, no one enter this place except the wonders. She actually kind of approaches it because she's kind of interested in it, and all of a sudden her hand like starts like dragging, or like her body starts getting dragged to the boardwalk. And so she's like, oh my gosh, wait, what just happened? She goes back, she tells her family, and she finds out that her family, her previous family, was actually the wonders. Like her mom was actually also a wonder, and she's like the musical one, like she's like the song singer musical person, and she found out that her mom was also a wonder. And then she gets selected, obviously. And then my idea was that there's going to be like these different doors to other islands, and she and her other team of wonders need to defeat whatever evil is on those different islands through those different doors. And it would be like kind of like a series of a sort. And that's kind of my ideas. So yeah, I was really creative when I was young, apparently. That's my thing. Wonders. Okay, man, that good. Okay, I would read it. Awesome. In my series, humans have conquered the universe and have basically made friendships with the aliens. Ooh, the book's title is named The Three Worlds because the universe is split into 3. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. You guys are so creative. I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Sketapon and Northexia and Dolder. I have a vague idea for a book, but the magic system makes absolutely no sense. I've been trying to figure that out. Yeah, that's something I feel like always you can go into writing, but I feel like a little bit of planning is always needed, or at least thinking, because magic systems are complicated, and it's really complicated to create a new magic system. So stop hating on authors who recycle some things from other authors, because you can't like create all these different forms of magic, because like how creative can humans be to think of magical things? You know what I mean? Publish these books, please. Thank you. I will definitely, I definitely want to try, at least when I'm older. If I ever have like a job though, I would never be able to. But if I was able to kind of just like work for myself, then I would definitely look into it. Bye, Book Dragon. We have about maybe like 30 minutes left. So, oh, it's raining a lot. That's cozy chat vibes. Also, I feel like I want to lower the camera, but then it looks like you're looking down on me, so it makes me uncomfy. You know what I mean? I always have to feel tall, but then again, you're still looking above me, so that's okay. But like, I have to like sit so far up if I want to even get into like the layers. So if I'm like sitting down here, then you guys know. Sorry. Bye. I tried writing a book and gave up 2 chapters in. Okay, so that's what I did too. That's what I wrote 2 chapters of the little treasure island thing that I had going on, and I gave up. But you know, I feel like it would be fun to actually see where that story goes, because I'm so interested in myself. Not interested in myself, I'm interested in my story. The other books about are another war called The Battle of Mirth. Robots, aliens, and other species work together to destroy the Kiosh society. Honestly, you need to become a writer, and you need to dedicate like time to fleshing those ideas out, because that sounds so cool. And I'm not even joking. Like some people have pitched ideas to me, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's such a fun idea. That is a good idea. Like not even being sarcastic, that is a good idea. I want to see you become a writer here, because I want to read those books. I'm always tearing out my hair just trying to write a 2-page short story for school. Honestly, if I had an assignment for school, I would love that. I need someone to give me like an assignment to actually write. But I feel like we're always writing essays, and like give me something fun to write, please. I would get an A on that. Any underrated books that you like? Oh, Josh, you are hitting me with the most hard-hitting questions this whole chat, because I am blank when you say stuff like that. Any underrated books you like? Here's a good one. To Best the Boys. That's a good one. I feel like a lot of the books that I have are popular though. Yeah, I'll say To Best the Boys, because I don't see actually a lot of people talking about that, and it needs to be talked about more. The magic is really not magic in my book, but the humans basically evolved into a cyber species that have genetics that make them have powerful powers. Cool. Bye, Nora. R.I.P. Eliza. Heart is underrated and so good. Oh, cool. My book is also a multi-perspective novel. Yes, I love a good multi-perspective novel, but if you're hitting me with like 10 plus perspectives, like unless you're Sarah J. Maas, it's a bit complicated. Even like over 6 characters, that makes it a bit harsh. And that's why I didn't really like Six of Crows, because there must have been like 8 characters in Six of Crows, and I just want a single story. I don't want bouncing around into blah 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 and trying to piece together the story with different characters sometimes. Especially like I can piece together stories with 3 characters, but if you're giving me like 7 different pieces and little synopsises and short things, but it's crazy. Yes, I need to become an author. My book is also there's 4 perspectives for now right now. Yeah, that's good. Don't overdo it. That's my writing advice, not even being a writer. Don't overdo it, because I know like you don't also want to like have so many perspectives, because you really want to devote time to a good story. And I feel like when you're breaking up so much, it makes you kind of like, it makes it like really broken up and it's not as pieced together. I feel like that's like kind of my philosophy on it. I love Six of Crows, but I just skim the POVs I don't like. Maybe that's why you like it, because you skim it. not even capping on that though, because yeah, skimming it would make my reading journey much better, because reading every single word of Six of Crows was hard. Whenever I go to my bookstore, I always go to the back in the corner where all the underrated books are. That's honestly, I feel like that's risky though. Like if I'm gonna buy a book and go to the least popular section, okay, and here's my philosophy. I've explained this before in a video, but popular authors are popular for a reason. Usually, unless the author's like celebrity, like what's that Kardashian name? Like Megan Kardashian. What's the Khloe Kardashian? Meghan Markle, maybe. Okay, like like authors like celebrity that become like authors that are celebrities, like celebrities that become authors just to like write, and their books are obviously not good. But besides that, popular authors like say Cassandra Clare or Chris Cole. Okay, no, that's not a good example. Cassandra Clare, Shannon Mess, like any like popular author really that is just Leigh Bardugo. That's not a good example. Okay. Anyways, popular authors became popular because their books are good. That's my philosophy. And so that's why I feel like it's a little bit safer to go the popular book route. But obviously, you can always have like your different opinions. And obviously some books that are popular, I didn't enjoy, like for example, A Darker Shade of Magic, but just these authors that are getting really hyped up are getting hyped up for a reason. And so that's why I like to stick with more popular books. And that's why I don't have a lot of underrated recs unless it's audiobooks. With audiobooks, I don't really know the popularity with them because a lot of them are usually new to me. And so I try to go more underrated books with audiobooks. Okay, I'm sorry. I just have the one POV in mind. Yeah, I like one POV, but I also like a little bit of spice, if you know what I mean. My book, as well as the ghost find out lies in his life, his crush, who he finds out likes him, brings him back to life, but he trades his soul to a creature called the snap, snap, snap. That sounds really good. How my book is going to be named Wolvines and Elves and the 13 Faces of... My book is going to be named... Oh, that's a long title. Wolvines and Elves and the 13... Okay, what if... Okay, here's my suggestion for this title. What if you go Wolvines, Elves, and the 13 Faces of Lenora. So that way you don't have those redundant ands. I've read Six of Crows. Don't read it. Do not read it. Did I fool you? Did you think I was lagging? Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Hi, Madame Lemonade. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sahar. I don't know. Okay, no, there's this one Kardashian. Okay, Jack Edwards made a video about this person, and it was a bad book. It was like Kylie Jenner or something like that. Kylie Jenner, maybe? Okay, I don't know. Or maybe that was the same thing. I skim every book I read. My brain just can't focus on description words and key dialogue. Okay, I skim in that sense, but not very much. Like if you have like kind of tiny description stuff, my brain kind of skips over it, but I do get the main content. So I get what you mean by skimming. I get what you mean. As a hobby, a tip I used to make novels is make them amazing for me. I usually write ideas that I want in a book. Exactly. And that's what you should do. You should always make it fun for you. There's like little like productivity apps too that you can kind of just like set down, 45 minutes and plant a tree. Or there used to be this like sort of like kind of game, but really it was for just productivity, where you would like have to sit down. You'd have to be on this app, basically for like a certain amount of time, and you would like grow a tree or something. And you'd be able to create this whole garden by like working and paying attention and not going on different apps. And so I think stuff like that is really cool, for just productivity. And yeah, writing for sure. Make it a freaking cool story, or else you're not going to enjoy it. And that's why I feel like a lot of the more successful authors have very unique and fun stories, because they probably enjoy writing. I feel like I'm the only person who likes over embellished description. I like it if I know a book is going to be like cozy. In some books, I do meticulously try and literally read every word in my mind slowly and try to just get the details and try to envision what's going on in my brain as best as I can, because I know that it's going to be more enjoyable that way. But with some of the books, I just kind of skim because, like, either I've read that book before or I'm not interested. And so I just want to kind of skim it a little bit. I don't want to give too much of my book away, but there's a group of teens that embody Gen Z, overthrowing the government, and necromancy, because why not? That sounds so fun. Thank you for the tip, Troy. Yeah, definitely. You can like search up like productivity. Oh, everyone's leaving me. Oh my gosh. By Emily. Troy, read the Iron Trial series by Cassandra Clare. Oh, I feel like that would be good. Yeah, I do kind of am interested in that. I will tell the world that you help rename my book. Oh yeah, of course. You have to give me a credit in your book. Copyright, title, Troy. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My brain just doesn't let me skim, which is probably why I'm such a slow reader. And hey, that's fine. Skimming is something that I'm not proud of myself for. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, skimming. Like, I wish I didn't do it, because I wish I could focus more on reading, and I wish I could visualize things better too. I'm like so sad. And that's one of the other things I get anxiety from, is not being able to visualize stories. There's a lot of world building in the series, a lot. Yeah. If any of y'all read the Unwanted series, that's what I was talking about when I was talking about a fun series. That's what came to my mind. The Unwanted series by Lisa McMahon. It is so fun. The world is so creative, so unique. If I was writing that series, I could not wait to continue writing, honestly. And when I was reading the series, I felt the same way. I could not wait to continue reading, because the plotting was so creative, but really just the world building was so fun, and like the world itself was so like, I wish I would be there. And that's what I really look for in a book. Dystopians are really good because they have a lot of tension, but what I really like is those kind of like really just fun, creative worlds. I know that's more geared to middle grade, but I love it. And I'll never knock off middle grades, because middle grades are so fun to read. Unwanted's to me was what PGO was to Troy. Okay, and that's what I'll say. I feel like Unwanted's, the first two books of Unwanted's were not that great, to be completely honest, especially the second book. The Unwanted's book 1 was pretty good, but the second book of Unwanted's was boring. But then when you get to the third book of Unwanted's, like halfway through, when they start on like the adventure around like the different islands, that is so cool, because when they go to a different island, there's a different fun new play, although the different islands are not that fun, because there's a different problem on each island, and they kind of explore, and they have this adventure, and they kind of learn more magical spells at each one. It's just a bit better, but that's my take on it. But don't knock on Unwanted's. Why did I say knock on it? Enemies to lovers trope or friends to lovers trope. I hate both of them, kind of. Although enemies to lovers is a bit better, I just don't like friends to lovers, because how unrealistic is a friends to lover? Who in this chat, probably there's only 10 people, so I bet there's not a lot of people, but like still, who in this chat has went from being a friend to someone to being okay, you know what? I'm being hypocrite. I'm being hypocrite. Okay, never mind that it being unrealistic, but sometimes it is kind of unrealistic to have like, okay, and what I'll say is like, okay, how do I even say this? Like, okay, what I don't like is the childhood friends to lovers. Like, if you are childhood friends with someone since you were like 8 or 9 or even 10, and then 10 years later, you try to develop a relationship, that's unrealistic to me. But I do understand, like, if you are friends with someone for maybe like a year or two, or maybe even less than that, probably it's more realistic the less time you were friends. But I just feel like, why would a long-term relationship, a friendship, start going into a romance? It just doesn't make much sense to me. A prequel series and a future series of my series, but then that's a lot of books. And that's one thing that's another tip that I kind of figured out when I was writing. It's like, don't try to plan in the future too much because you might just get overwhelmed by the amount of writing that you do. Like, and I feel like, like, why say there are 14 books in my series when you don't even know how much, like, I don't know how many books you've written so far, but like, it doesn't really make sense for you to be like, oh, there's going to be 14 books in this series when you've only written, a small amount of them. So like that's another thing that I'll say is like, don't over plan because you want it to come naturally. You don't want to force anything. Like Shannon Messenger said, the series was supposed to be 3 books, but she increased it to make it flow more naturally. What time is it where y'all are? 5:03. It's 5:05 for me, actually. So I feel like this is 2 minutes behind. Remember in the future to read my books. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. The times. But yeah, that's another thing that I think about when like writing. It's like, don't force anything. Don't be like, I'm gonna make a 23 book series with 484 pages each, 5:06. So yeah, we got about 10 minutes left. Do you guys have any questions? Gonna do like a little hairbrush. I think, I'm gonna do my 2K special. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I'm gonna do my 2,000 subscriber special probably next Saturday, but I probably also have to do my reading wrap up. So we'll figure that out. But I do plan to do my 2K special and talk more about things. Oh, hi, Phoebe. Welcome back. Welcome back. Can you do a Belong With Me parody? Like I said, Phoebe, I don't know if you were there when I said this. I do not want to do parodies anymore. I want to make original music. And for KOTLC, I plan to do more music with KOTLC, but original music, like I said. Like, I just don't want to make a song that someone else has already kind of wrote. And for copyright reasons, too. Like, I'm kind of tired of getting copyrighted all the time. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry that I kicked you guys. I kind of planned about 3 books right now, but I have to still plan the other books, which is going to take a lot of planning. Yeah, and remember, don't plan too much in the future. And I feel like one thing that authors do sometimes is they overstretch their plots. Like, for example, if you've only planned 3 books, why say you're going to have 14 or 12? I don't remember how much you said you were going to make, but why plot so far into the future? Kind of, like, don't make the series so long just to have a long series. That's another thing. Fantasy recommendations. Oh, Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan was really good. The Land of Roar by The Land of Roar. I don't know the author. It's like Penny McLaughlin or like Kenny or Penny Jenny McLaughlin. Those are 2 good ones. And The Land of Stories is a good one. Keep Lost Cities is a good one. Those are some ones that I have off the top of my head. It's Purple, yes. Can't wait for more original songs. Yes. I mean, I might do a parody if I just love the song, but like, I don't want to take Rex really that much. And I've said this to a lot of people that have actually asked me, like, can you do a parody of this song and that song? I feel like I don't. I might do more covers, but parodies are just a lot of work for no reason when I could have just made an original song, if that makes sense. Because usually those big music video parodies usually took me probably 24 hours to write, to record, mix, produce, edit, all that stuff. It took a long time when I could have just made an original song for the amount of time. Then I could have had that on streaming services, because I know a lot of people go on Spotify and go on Apple Music. Like, I want to listen to music in other places. So yeah. I gave up on Magnus Chase. Yeah, well, I listed a few other if you want to go back. I like when the plots are really unexpected. Yeah. And that's one thing that I would do too is I don't like planning because that does not leave room for much unexpected twists. I know some authors can do this. They can plan and have these crazy plot twists in advance. But for me, it needs to come naturally. Like, I need to kind of have someone that, might have been a very strong person in this group, because kind of betray them, or this new magical event is happening that is blocking magical power or something like that. It needs to be something that comes out of the blue, and it needs to come out of the blue in my thinking as well. It's also come out of the blue in the book. Hi, Ash. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm acting like I'm this really experienced author, and I'm not, but these are just my philosophies when it comes to writing. There's some foreshadowing of betrayal in the second book that's going to happen in the third book. Yeah, that's something that I would never be able to do. I am really a no planner books. I plan the characters. Yes, I do. I for sure plan out the characters and world building. That's important. Pre-writing, but like as far as plot goes, that's something that I just don't really like doing. Okay, do you like classics? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I can't read classics because of like I just can't. Like I don't like reading old writing. I'm sorry. I need to be stuck in the modern world. I love reading, but to a certain point. Like there are a few good ones. Like I know Hatchet was a good one. Just because like the premise. Old Yeller was fine too. But like if you give me something like Treasure Island that was written in 1800s, I can't. I cannot because they were marketing to people in the 1800s. People that wrote the classics were not marketing to people in the 2000s, and that's what I'll say. And that's all me. And that's why did like a lot of people just join recently. That's interesting. Hi Mia, welcome. I also recycle an idea from Shannon Messenger. Cognates are keep readability. Cognates. Oh, that's cool. Recycling is fine. Just make sure it's not too recycled. It's another my like, and people are like so afraid to be like on they're so afraid to take like ideas from other people, but totally do it because that's where everyone gets their ideas. So don't be afraid to make this totally unique world that no one's ever heard of or have ever even blah blah blah. You know, like everything comes from other people and is inspired from other people. I think there's someone who said something like all of the books are from today originated from a certain amount of set of stories. And it makes sense. Hi, Fantasy Child. My younger brother always acts like I'm so uncultured for not reading classics, but like he never reads. Exactly. People think to be intellectual, you need to read classic books, and I totally disagree. Reading fictional books and reading the books that like I have on my bookshelf have tremendously helped me, like academically, for example. Like I recently took an SAT and I think I was in like the 90th percentile. Like I took my first ever like practice SAT test without really any training, and I got in the 90th percentile in the reading portion because like I've just read so much. I can really recognize like grammar issues, and I'm good at recognizing like authors' choices and stuff. Although I still don't consider myself to be great at English, like reading so much has definitely helped me. Yeah, you don't want to like completely use an idea, like say for example, Shannon Messenger's cognates, and then don't change it. Like you use an idea and then you want to like differ a little bit. Like, oh, I like the Foxfire, I like the Hogwarts, I like the magical school concept, but how can I make this different? For example, I'm going to put this school on an island, and instead of it being a magical school, it's going to be a military school or something like that. Like try to find different ways to make everything different. Like for example, Spy School by Stuart Gibbs. I'm pretty sure he's inspired by those like magical school things, but instead of it being a magical school, he turned the whole series into like a mystery kind of spy series, and so therefore he got the Spy School idea for that thingy-majiggy, and then the main character got recruited for Spy School, and he goes to his different spy classes, and so I thought that was a really cool twist. For example, about like the kind of reusing ideas, but like making them super different. Oh, yes, I want to read The Droners by Libba Bray. Can you give me a little bit of a gist about what that's about while we finish up this live stream? Because I want to read that. What's the book to the right of the collector's edition of TOG? To the right. So I don't know what you guys are seeing, but this is Land of Stories, and then this is Narnia, which I don't like. I don't like Narnia. So don't get that twisted. All the reason why I have Narnia up here for is because it is good decoration. I do not like Narnia. Nope. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe holds a special place in my heart because I was in a play for it, but none of the other stories do me any good. Okay, Troy the Intellectual. Yeah, let's go. So intellectual. I got a new book recommendation for you, Troy. This book was also recommended. Oh, stop. I've already read that series, the Rancher's Apprentice series. It was pretty good. I just don't feel the need to continue reading. I've read like the first 6 books maybe, and they're pretty good. Nothing I would like really crazily recommend to anyone, but like still good enough that like I continued on, and so I enjoyed it, but I just don't want to keep reading because there are other stories that I wanted to kind of devour. Right on time. No, it's not right on time because I'm about to end this stream because I got things to do. But yeah, that's a good recommendation, but like I personally wouldn't recommend it as like a book that I think you need to read immediately, but like in the future I would recommend it to like anybody. Do you like the Alex Rider? I feel like people have mentioned that to me and I've never read it, so I don't know. Oh, Aragon is a pretty good series. I want to read that again, but it's just so long. I actually distance myself from popular books. Yeah, and I think that's something where we differ. I love. Oh, by the way, I've been having a blanket this whole time because I'm cold. But yeah, I stick with the popular books. I don't like going more underrated. Narnia was good for young kids, but looking back, super appreciate. Oh, I don't like religious books, so because it's like, okay, I don't know why, it just feels sarcastic to me, but yeah. Do you guys prefer short or long books? I prefer longer books. Okay, honestly, I used to be obsessed with longer books for some reason. I was so into them. Like, for example, I have a search history on my thing, literally, world's longest books, blah 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 blah, longest fantasy books. Like, I was so interested in that, and I was just ready to like take on these immaculate books. But nowadays, I kind of like the shorter books because I feel like I'm not really getting anywhere if like I read 50 pages, which is a lot of pages in a book, for example, and I'm only like 5% through a book. Like, I don't want to read so much and then it not be big. But like, I'll say what some authors should just do is just should split their story up a little bit. If they have a 1,000-page book, split it up even more, because like, it's crazy. But like, people like Brandon Sanderson who can like write 50 pages a day, that's crazy to me. I'm joking, I can never be on time. That's so funny. Camille, is that how you pronounce that? Or is it Camille? I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce. Narnia was good. Yeah, okay. My story is sort of sad too in some points. So there's no school for kids that are Wolverines. Oh, that's a good idea. Having a lack of a magical school. Yeah, I just feel like sometimes religion in books, if it is focused on it, it can feel like a little bit sarcastic. I don't know how to explain it, but like like patronizing or like condescending in a way, slightly. Long books but short chapters for me. Oh, I really don't care about the chapter lengths, honestly, because I will stop a book. I used to be so good about like stopping in a book and like stopping on a chapter, but nowadays I don't care. I could just stop in the middle of the book and it'd be fine. So chapters don't really matter to me. But if you do have like 50-page chapters or even over 25-page, I get a little bit iffy. So yeah. Okay, do you have any last minute questions, or otherwise I will end this stream and you guys will see me next month, probably before my single comes out, because I will have to talk about it somewhere, somehow. Because I also have to eat. I always get so hungry after live streams because I'd be talking for like hours. The Diviners. Oh, thank you for good timing, because it's about to end. Favorite booktuber? Oh, I don't really watch like any booktubers right now because I am really focusing on myself, and I feel like for satisfaction reasons, booktubers are not really, like being that like satisfactory to me. But I do say I love Emma Books and Jesse the Reader. I like their videos when they do come out. But yeah, just my favorites. The Diviners is based in 1920s New York, and we're following Evie as she enters into her uncle's city. It's basically ghost stories. Ooh, I'm not going in detail because it's slow build. Oh, that's cool. Mystery murders. That's fun. What type of books do you like? Fantasy books, contemporary books, but unrealistic books. Like, I want to read a book that is not realistic at all. That's just on me. Middle grade, especially high fantasy, like New Worlds, and really cozy books too. But you can kind of see like on my shelf, just very like flavorful, fun, playful books. That's why I like all the rainbowy books, because like they're all, very flavorful. But yeah, I think that wraps up my live stream. I have to go eat because I'm like so hungry. But thank you all so much for attending. Thanks for being here. Ask me questions. I really appreciate it as always. The Vanish is Supernatural too. Oh, that's great. We love that. Then. I know Emma Books really loved it, and that's what I said. Emma Books is my favorite booktuber, and she talked about it a lot. But yeah, thank you so much. Remember, I got my new single coming out. I'll definitely let you guys know more info about that. Don't forget me. New channel coming, so definitely subscribe when that comes. And I'll see you guys next Saturday, hopefully. Or maybe I'm not gonna subject myself to like a set upload day anymore because I feel like I just want to post whenever I want. But I'm definitely going to be doing a wrap up, I think. And then I also want to do my 2K special. But yeah, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for coming out to chat. And I'll have a very, very nice weekend. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day. And I'll see you later. Bye. I miss you guys already. I'm so sad that I have to end this because usually I could just talk to you guys forever. Okay, so I'm sorry. I have to end. I'm sorry. Bye. Love you. Bye.